What if you could pull any specific table from a 300-page PDF document and have it beautifully styled in just seconds? Well, now with Quadratic AI's new AI formatting feature, you're able to do just that. Let me show you how. As of today, Quadratic AI now officially supports formatting within your spreadsheets. Now, this is very exciting. Quadratic AI cannot do everything for you just yet, but we are able to apply text styling, alignment and text wrapping, applying color to text and cell backgrounds, and do some number formatting to add commas, currencies, percentages, and date time formatting to your cells. To show this off, I'm going to take you through a financial document that I found online. To me, as a marketer, financial documents have been typically mundane, and so I thought this would be a perfect example. So we can take this financial document and beautify it a little bit with Quadratic AI. So I've found this document on sf.gov. This is a 300-page financial document from the fiscal year of 2023 on San Francisco's budgeting and other financials. This document, as you can see, is quite massive, over 300 pages. So we're going to sift through, and I found this balance sheet here on page 43. So I think we'll pull this out into Quadratic using our PDF import feature and then apply some styling to it. Let's jump in. So we'll start a new file here within Quadratic. I will attach the document that I have downloaded here, and I'm simply going to ask, please pull the balance sheet from page 43. Now this will just take a few moments, and I'll jump back here with you when we're ready. Okay, so just in about 20 seconds, we were able to pull this balance sheet from page 43 of the document, and we're just going to do a quick check on the numbers. So it looks like we have an empty value here, some empty values here, 4.7 million, 5.02, quick reference, empty values, empty value, 4.7, 5.0. All right, everything seems to look good. So we can continue on. Pretty amazing just that the AI was able to comb through this 300-page document and not have a single error on the numbers here. So we'll add some spacing here, and we'll jump in and start formatting. So let's just try first asking the AI, pull out the assets info from the larger table. I want to sort of categorize each of the 4 sections within this balance sheet into their own tables. I think this will be better for presentation. So we're just going to ask the AI to pull out the assets, then the liabilities, and then the deferred inflows of resources is a separate section, as you can see here, and finally the fund balances. So hang with me here as I ask the AI to make this easier for me. Okay, so we've just implemented a new feature within Quadratic, which is really exciting. The AI has a lot more context with your data. So in the past, we used our AI to only read the first few rows of a table in order to sort of get the sense of the content that's in there, and then write Python to, based on those patterns to be able to calculate or analyze the data that's in there. But we've since added this model here. You could see it's reading more data from your tables and able to be a bit more accurate in writing data, copying data to other tables. So that's very exciting. So I'm just going to ask for the rest of the data here, and then we can get started with some formatting. Do a quick double check on these numbers to make sure they're correct before we move on. Doesn't look like it's showing the totals on the assets, so we'll ask for that after we pull the fund balances. All the other numbers look good. Okay. That unfortunately looks incorrect. So we are going to ask, try again, one of the numbers is wrong. Okay, so interestingly enough, the AI is now actually referencing the initial PDF to pull in this data more accurately than being able to see it from its own table here. Okay, got its mistake, and there we go. And then it looks like we are still missing. I suppose that doesn't fit into the category of this final table here since it's a total of the entire balance sheet. So we've got all of our data correctly inserted into 4 separate tables now, and let's do some formatting. So I'll start a new chat here just to, not to avoid any hallucinations that the AI might have with too much context going on in a long conversation. I think it's always useful to start new chats, and we'll ask format all 4 of these new tables by wrapping text, adding currencies to the numbers, bolding headers and totals, / giving background colors. And I think that's all we'll need to do here. Let's see what happens. Great. So the AI, like I mentioned earlier, is not able to change the column width yet, but it was able to wrap the text. So at least I could see everything that's going on there. And I'll go ahead and do that manually now. We've got some nice coloring on the totals there. Great. This looks pretty good so far. Okay. Excellent. So we've got our tables in here. They're formatted. They look good. And now we can go ahead and do a little bit more visual analysis of some of this data so that we are presentation ready if I were to, go and take this report to someone and analyze it. So let's start a new chat and we'll ask, create a chart for assets versus liabilities per fund, since we have the general fund and we have other governmental funds. So I want to see, a bar chart that shows the difference in categories. Excellent. All right. Well, it looks like we have more assets than liabilities. That's always a good thing. Now let's ask, create an asset allocation donut chart. We want to see where our assets are in San Francisco, what categories we are most invested in. I think that would be some useful information. So this is grouping it by fund. Let me click into the chart here and adapt this from here. Show each category within just the general fund. I think it might have been confused since there are a couple different ways that you can chop up some of this data. Excellent. All right, and now I can hover over these values and see where San Francisco's assets lie. Let's create another chart, last one here, and I'm going to ask for a gauge chart showing liquidity ratio. This will help get a sort of check on our the city's financial health. And I believe that this the average is around 2 to 1 for liquidity ratio. So I'm hoping it's a bit better than that. Excellent. Okay, so really interesting chart. I just love how many different types of charts you can create in Quadratic with Plotly built directly in. So in just about 3 minutes, I was able to go from a 300-page PDF into a fully designed dashboard with AI formatted tables, AI generated charts with Plotly and Python. And this is almost presentation ready. It's really incredible that users are now able to format any data that they have in Quadratic by just chatting with the AI. So we really look forward to seeing what you're able to accomplish with this new feature, and feel free to let us know in the comments what you think. Cheers.